Something's gotta hold. I gave you all I had. I'm not a fool in the night. Show that I carry you, carry without you. I could say, was there a chance on my head? Is that all it to remind you? I gave you all that I had.
Where's the other mic?
Yeah.
Nope. Hi, good morning, everyone. Quick one just before we start. Can I ask everyone who's sitting down the aisle on this end here to move inside? We've got a camera. We just like for this part here to be free. Sometimes, but to see you and I family. Hold me, let's escape all this reality. You are sent for me, by your side. My energy. Oh, one more thing. Can I get someone from ALA quickly, please? Doesn't matter who, just one person. All right. Thunder starts to roar. The lightning wakes the wave, but through the we everyone is lonely sometimes, but I've walked 1,000 miles to see you and I. Let's escape all this reality. Okay, we are about ready to start. All right. Good morning again. Mo. All right. Okay, we're about to get started. Thank you, everyone. I will not be the MC. The MC, Mo, can you please come do the thanks? I hope everyone has a good time today. Please welcome Mo Diehi Mafandiri. Sorry, gents. Sorry. Can you please move on the inside?
Oh, thank you. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Such a lovely thing to see a full room. I'm really glad that you all made it here from your different schools and that we made it on time. Are you excited for LCOY? Okay, can we start with an LCOY chant? So we're just going to say LCOY, LCOY, South Africa, 2024. Okay, want to practice again. LCOY, South Africa, 2024. Final time. 1, 2, 3. LCOY South Africa 2024. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, so this event is proudly brought to you by the Climate Action Network South Africa, the African Climate Reality Project, the Global Shapers Community Tshwane Hub, with support from the African Leadership Academy, where we are. One time for ALA. Thank you so much for hosting us, Earthflow team and students. We are also being supported by the Department of Science and Innovation, the New Economy Hub, and the AIMS initiative of the Next Einstein Forum. I'm going to hand over to our MC for the day, who's going to take us through a very exciting program. Her name is Nsaseko Malobola.
Thank you, Murieki. Morning, everyone. Welcome once again. I'm here to introduce Mandri Ntani, the Director of Africa Multilateral Cooperation from the Department of Science and Innovation, which seeks to boost socioeconomic development in South Africa through research. May you please give them a warm welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Are you not excited to be here? Good morning. That's much better. So thank you so much, especially for inviting the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation to be part of this exciting program. I think what is more exciting for us is to see a lot of young people in this room, because the people who are going to help us, get rid of climate change, it's actually every one of you who is in this room. So as introduced, my name is Mandri Ntani, and I work in the Africa Multilateral Cooperation Directorate within the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation. So what we basically do is to identify science, technology and innovation opportunities that we can implement in partnership with our partners in SADC as well as the African continent. So I would like to acknowledge our NAF head, Dr. Charles Kimpolo, all the way from Rwanda. Please give him a round of applause. He is responsible for coordinating all the NEF initiatives as well as ambassadors across all the 15 African countries. So as you are sitting in this room, you must just know that it does not end here, but you are part of the broader network within the African continent. I would also like to give a warm welcome to our NEF South Africa ambassador, Ms. Sanera. She is the NEF ambassador. And also to appreciate our host, LAA. Thank you so much for hosting us. SACAN, we really appreciate the partnership as well as Tshwane Hub. So I think for us, what is more exciting for me is that today I don't have to sit in the office, but enjoy the day with each and every one of you, and also hear the exciting innovations as well as ideas that we have in terms of how can we address the issues of climate change. So there's no doubt that each and every one of us, we are affected in one way or the other by the impact of climate change. Research also indicates to us that the African continent is losing about between 2 to 5% of the gross domestic product. We are not growing at the rate that we were supposed to be growing because of the impact of climate change. We all seen on the news the other long weekend what happened in KZN, and that is a practical example of the impact of climate change. So I think we really need to work together, and we started young, with young people in terms of how can we change our behavior, but also in terms of the policies that we are developing. How can we develop initiatives as well as policies that can help us to address the issues of climate change? So what is also exciting is that as much as climate change is a problem, as much as climate change is costing us valuable lives, research is also showing us that innovation and technology can provide an opportunity for us to combat this climate change. So from the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, we are really looking at young people to come up with innovations that can help us to address the issues of climate change. When we also look at countries like Singapore, there's no waste in Singapore because they are able to transform waste into energy. They also use what we call waste to generate electricity. We are all affected by the issues of load shedding. So this is an opportunity for us to come up as young people with innovations that can help us to build sustainable roads, as well as build or generate renewable energy that will help us to move away from relying on coal, which also affects our climate, but then produce clean energy that will help us and also help our economy to grow. And one of the things that I know each and everyone in this room is looking forward to is that when you finish with your school, you don't want to stay home, right? You either want to be an entrepreneur or you also want to work in the industry. And investing or being focused on issues of science, technology, and innovation, there are endless opportunities that can help you to also form your own business, but also most importantly, have the skills that are required by industry. Because currently the challenge that we have is that most of our young graduates, they have qualifications, but the qualifications that they have are not what the industry is looking for. So we really need people that can come up with solutions. And each and every one of you in this room, you are one of those people that we need to generate the innovations, the technologies that we need in order to move South Africa and the continent forward. So in terms of South Africa, we are one of the first countries to domesticate the Sustainable Development Goals. And government has invested in various initiatives that are helping us to combat climate change. But it requires an all of society approach. For instance, when we look now, the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation is investing in what we call hydrogen fuel cells. So there is potential in investing in hydrogen, and there are electric vehicles. For instance, I was reading the other day that car manufacturing companies in South Africa are partnering with mining companies as well in terms of producing electric vehicles. And I'm sure most of us also dream of driving an electric vehicle as well. But it's not going to be one that is powered through load shedding, but it's going to require us to look at alternative forms of energy, such as hydrogen, to ensure that it is sustainable. So with these few words, I really want to welcome you, and I want to reassure you that you are part of the bigger network that will ensure that Africa meets its sustainable development goals, but most importantly, we create opportunities for young people to be the bigger voice in terms of addressing the issues of climate change. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mandri. That was lovely. And so now I'm going to be introducing Dr. Charles Mberi Kimpolo. He is from the Democratic Republic of Congo and graduated from AIM South Africa in 2005. Upon graduation, he went on to earn his PhD and postdoctorate in mathematics at the University of Witwatersrand. Currently, Charles is the director of AIM's Industry Initiative. Prior to that, Charles works as a software developer at ThoughtWorks, a global IT consultancy company based in South Africa, ThoughtWorks aims to revolutionize software design, creation, and delivery while advocating for positive social change. Increasing software design in Africa is critical to the success of engineering, manufacturing, and businesses endeavors, especially emerging economies. Strong internal software capabilities will allow African industry to remain competitive in the global market. At ThoughtWorks, Charles has developed a passion for using technology as a tool for social change in Africa. He wanted to make a difference with technology in the African continent. On the 12th of May 2014, Charles and his team launched the Young African Technologies (YAT) initiative, which aims to promote education through technology in underprivileged communities. For Charles, YAT is a way of giving back to underprivileged communities to help increase access to technology. Charles has once said that he believes the training at AIMS provided him with excellent graduate level mathematical modeling skills that are prerequisites to learn software development. Please welcome Charles Mberi Kimpolo.
Thank you very much. That's too long. I don't know. I think that's some information. Thank you very much for inviting me. And I don't want to repeat what Mantu already said, but just to complement the conversation. So I'm very excited to be here. Yes, I think for that introduction, it just tells you that I've seen a lot of corners of the world. I studied at Vet University, did my PhD. I thought that having a PhD will make you like a good leader. It was not true. It might be true for some people. I went to the industry working for an American company. Sometimes you need to make money in life. I was not really excited. I launched the Young African Technology just because I really wanted to remember where I'm coming from. Because in life, when you navigate through privilege, sometimes you forget where you're coming from. Is that true? Okay. When we are born, we are all babies. We don't speak mother tongue. We just, hey, 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 hey. It's like a big circle. And then you move to a small circle. You go to school because like 6 years, no, you need to go to school. You move to another very small circle. Now we forget that there are people who don't speak the language like you are speaking. And after your school, you go maybe to higher school. So every single time you move in your career, be it academic or industry or whatever, it gives you just an opportunity, a privilege to move to a very small circle. Now, you shouldn't forget where you're coming from, the bigger circle. So yes, when I look at that profile, I really want to remember my roots. I don't want to behave and try to pretend that I'm not African. So regardless of which tiny privilege, today with SACAN now delivering keynote, I need to remember that I was also like you, sitting there. Maybe I did not have a suit like you. When you're going to come here, don't forget that there are people that are in that bigger circle. That's actually what I wanted to discuss. So thank you, Mandri, for setting the scene. I don't want to repeat what you say, but just maybe build on what you talked about. I'm very happy that the majority of this room is made of young people. So when you talk about climate action, the question you ask is like, what word are you going to inherit from us? Now, don't blame us, because we're also young like you. Just take the responsibility that when you're going to turn maybe 40, you need to look back to say, what have you done to make the world a better place? Because it's very easy to say, you, mom and dad, you have messed up this world. But you're going to reach a point where your kids going to ask you, say, what have you done? Right? So good morning, everyone, and thank you for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here to this event as we gather to celebrate the remarkable potential. I like the word potential, even if it comes to jobs. We're just discussing it offline. You're going to get your degree. You're going to be the top class or whatever, the number one in the class. But people are not going to recruit you after your study because of a degree. People are going to recruit you because they want to talk to you. They want to try to map up what you say on your CV or your degree and what they're looking for. And in that process, they're going to assess the potential that you have to meet the requirements. So potential is very important. I think we really wanted to acknowledge the potential of youth-led initiative in advancing sustainable development goals. There are 17, but for the sake of today's event, we are focusing on SDG number 13. is climate action. They're not better SDG like others, no, but you need to focus. So for today, we're focusing on climate action. And I also wanted to inform you that today marks the end of the next ancient forum. So if I'm talking and speaking about NEF, N-E-F, it stands for the next ancient forum, which is an EMS initiative. EMS stands from the African Institute for Mathematical Sciences. Just take note of it. EMS, AIMS, the African Institute for Mathematical Sciences, and then NEF, the next ancient forum. Because at EMS, we believe that the next ancient is going to be African. How many people will believe that? Can you show your hands? That the next ancient is going to be African. You see, the next ancient at that side, these people say, we are giving up. Can I ask the question again? How many people believe that the next ancient is going to be an African? Now the hands are up. How many people are going to believe that the next ancient is going to be South African? All right, let's go to another level. How many people believe that the next ancient is going to be a woman? That's very good. But for us to do that, we need to address climate action, right? So today marks the end of the next ancient forum, African SDG Week, in South Africa, that we have been doing, as Mandri said, in 15 African countries, South Africa being one of them. I would like to acknowledge, as Mandri said, the presence of Sanera. Sanera, when Mandri was talking about you, can you just maybe raise up and so people to see you so that they know like rumors? In Africa, a lot of rumors. All right. This is the next ancient forum ambassador to South Africa. What better way to close the next ancient forum, African SDG Week, than participating in this exciting event? This is a very exciting event, where we witness your inspiration. I think every single time we are in a room full of young people, it inspires us. It gives us hope for the future. Your passion, indeed, the South African, the youth in South Africa that you represent here, because South Africa have many young people than you. So you're just representing the youth. And we believe that sustainable development future, you have a key. So what you are trying to do is really to just empower you, pass you a message that's going to make you, one day in 2 to 3 years, people are going to read your bio that they read mine. It's going to be more impressive than what you actually read. So you're on the good path to actually make it happen. First, I would like to remind you that this event aligns well with the following strategic objective of the next ancient forum. I'm going to remind you that so that if you get out of this room, you take away some of those objectives. But also the broader mission and vision of the African Institute for Mathematical Sciences. MC is a network of centers of excellence. It started in South Africa. So, Mandri, a lot of great initiatives start in South Africa, but when they actually expand across the continent, South Africa is like left behind. I don't really understand that, right? The world only have one Mandela. Mandela has been actually having a big impact in the world, but when you come to South Africa, it's like, what's happened, right? MC started in South Africa 20 years ago. But if you ask people how many people know about EMS, it started in South Africa in Cape Town. So South Africa is a place of birth of great initiative. So your responsibility is not only to start it, but even to embody the impact of the initiative that started in South Africa. That's a message I wanted to give to you. So at EMS, the Next Ancient Forum, we have 3 strategic pillars. If you forget, because a lot of keywords, just say celebrate, inspire, empower, and then create new opportunity. 3 strategic pillars. So the first one is for us to celebrate excellence, and that's the synergies that you have between EMS and the Africa Leadership Academy. We really wanted to celebrate excellence, not for everyone, but particularly of Africans. Excellence in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And you can even add art. Now we have artificial intelligence, big data, name it. The list is not going to be exhaustive, but I think it's important for us to celebrate your excellence. Never set the bar lower for your academy. Always aim for the big. Increase the bar in terms of your achievement. So celebrate excellence for us is very important. But the second one is to inspire and empower a new generation of Africa in this room, to challenge the status quo. This is what I like. Because you came to the world, remember the circle I was talking about, you were a baby, you went to primary school, secondary school, high school, university, professor, and doctor, and then you find yourself in a very small bubble, and then you forget about the rest of the world. You forget all those kind of things. I think it's important for you to always ask the right question. Challenge the status quo. Always ask the question, why? 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 If you ask the question why 5 times, you're going to be in a position to say, I think there's an opportunity to do better, right? So for us, it's important to inspire you, a new generation of African to challenge the status quo in STEM in general. The third one is not the least, is really to create new opportunities for game-changing applications, the innovation that Mendu was talking about, of science to improve human condition in Africa and globally. So what we do at AIMS is really to link science and humanity. When you're in the lab, you're developing things, you get excited. Remember, you're doing it for people. You're doing it to improve humanity. So it's connecting science and humanity. Over the past 2 weeks, Sanela will talk to you about maybe during the break, we have created an inclusive platform to discuss many of the challenges that where our continent is facing, or the world in general, including climate change, the focus of today's conversation. But I don't want to forget gender inequality, poverty, and economic growth. I think the fact that young people are struggling to get jobs, those are very, very important. Just to name a few. The next Action Forum, African SDG Week, was very special because it was not all about discussing our challenges. So the thing that you have in Africa is like, if you give people papers, you give them a mic to say, describe our problem. We're all expert in our problem. Everyone. If I give you a mic to say, what are the problems that your community is facing? You say, oh, starting from low shading, there's traffic in the morning. We know our problem. We know. We have a lot of reports about our problem. But the next Action Forum, African SDG Week, provided a platform to move from the issues that we know, which we have been actually describing from decades, but to focus on the opportunity to address them. So, climate action, you're going to talk climate financing and all this kind of thing that you talk about. True, we know it. What should we do to address it? I will need a declaration. Yes, you have that paper. What's the next thing that we need to do to actually transform our challenges in terms of opportunity? I think the best people to do that are young people. I used to say that when you're young, you're less corrupt, right? Can you really try to convince a baby that's not speaking your mother tongue? No, I don't know what you're talking about, right? I need food. So I'm glad to be part of today's event, which underscore our shared vision with SACAN to leverage the power of STEM. STEM is just one of the category of those subjects in advancing SDGs, including climate action. And I want to pause here by saying, taking urgent collective action to combat climate change and its impact. There's a lot of things that you do in sustainable development. You say, oh, it's our country. But climate, if South Africa is doing so well and then neighboring countries are not doing well, you're not going to say to the air to say, can you stop? That is actually the border of, no, climate does not have like the border language. It takes all of us to work together. So one of the SDGs that require collective action is climate action. When you are flying, you might maybe fly, you take off in South Africa, good, and then you go to Rwanda and then you start shaking. Why? Because people are not working the same way, the effort that you do in South Africa. Climate does not have borders. That's why we need to break borders in terms of our thinking. We need collective action for us to advance climate action. Because if it was like, food security, let's provide food to our population, that's it. But in climate, you do it in your country, you need also to collaborate with other countries so that you do it together. And this is one thing that the West has actually realized, that Africa needs to play a critical role for us to address climate action. So I will repeat it. Taking urgent collective action to combat climate change and its impact. For a scientific perspective, I'm coming from AIMS. I'm an applied mathematician. I went to talk to us and then I became a software developer. I don't know who am I now. I think I'm just a voice of change. I want just to talk. I don't know. I'm confused because I thought when I was growing up like I want to do mathematics, but then I just realized that numbers and theory sometimes scare people. I really want the application of mathematics to advance climate action. That's what makes me passionate. So from a scientific perspective, look at the following framework to advance the conversation about climate action. There are different ways of looking at it. You can say technical, non-technical, policy, all those things are very good keywords, but I really wanted just to focus on this. The first thing is the adaptation, right? How do we adjust our behaviors as human beings to ensure that we adjust to the current effect of climate change and the future effect of climate change? How do we do that as human beings? Every one of us. Don't talk about our class. Don't talk about our family. Talk about me. What should I do as a young person so that I adjust my behavior to the current and future effect of climate change? The second one is more about mitigation. So the adaptation is actually to respond to the effect, the current one and the future one. The second one is mitigation. Big keyword. This is big English. Simple way of putting it is, how do you prevent or reduce the emission of greenhouse gas into the atmosphere to make the impact of climate change less severe? So, okay, like flying. Why do you fly for a distance that you can take a car? I think Mandu was talking about, can you move from electric car because it's quite clean energy? What kind of mitigation strategy we put in place to prevent and reduce our emission that can actually help us? At the end of the day, we need to build resilient society or countries. So what happened in KZN? I was in Kigali. I said, no, this is not my South Africa. I checked. Oh, KwaZulu-Natal. Come on. We in October. Snow? This is Canada. It was shocking. Did you prepare for that? Maybe not. The mathematical modeling, did you say that they were our cousin and our parents stuck in the road? Take this in very seriously. It might be worse than we think. We need to take actions. I think that's why I like to be part of this conversation. So all those things are not good for us. First, we need to know. We need to have some mathematical model to say it's happening. We know when. We actually inform people and we say, don't go there, which is the preventive measures. But what happened in KwaZulu-Natal, we're kind of enjoying ourselves. It was time for ice cream in South Africa. Why? Snow at which level? Come on. Climate action. Who caused that? Who is responsible? Us. It's good that you are taking the responsibility. It humbled me. Man, the young people are saying us, but we did it. 30 years ago, you were babies or whatever. You were not even there. It's us. Okay. But it's all of us. I think that's a very good point. Who caused that? You see, it's all pointing fingers. You are also part of it. At the West, like the way we have to clean our street. So at EMS, what we have done, with funding that we received from the International Development Research Center, EMS successfully implemented a 5-year, 20 million Canadian dollar program to develop what is a lot of money. Okay, don't convert in rand. It's going to just give you a headache for nothing. These are like international development things. 20 to implement what we call the mathematical science for climate resilience. You cannot achieve adaptation and mitigation if you don't do proper research. For us to know the way it changes, you need model. For you to develop those models, you need mathematics. But mathematics is not in the X and Y, but the application of the X and Y in weather modeling. So when you are choosing your subject, think about it. Do you want to contribute to society where you will be the person, Amanda gonna be there, when she presses the button, she's the one who say, hey, don't get out. In KwaZulu-Natal, tomorrow, there's going to be snow at this level. Do you want to contribute? This is what we have done at EMS for the past 5 years. We did training, which is trying to train people to understand all these kind of things. The second one is research. Research is very important for us to understand because some of the things that we do, you need to ask the right research question, and then you collect data, you do your modeling. The third one, which is what I like most, Mandri, is work integrated learning. That's what I actually manage. Education has 3 pillars. One is access. You don't have an access problem because you're already in a program, right? Access. 2 is quality. It depends on which institution you go in, who is teaching, what's the curriculum, the quality of a student, the quality of a lecturer. Quality is very important. That's why we have private school. If I have a power, I will just remove all private school. We're going to go all to public school. Let's fix it and let's go there. You see these people. Do you like that idea? Let's remove all the private school, make it public. And let's fix it. Everyone access to public. All of us were there. So that's what creates division and the divide in society. People who can pay for private, some of us poor, public. No, the world should be united. Access, quality. The third one that I really like is relevant. For what? Why do you study? What do you do to school? Oh, I wanted to learn how to read and count. And so what? So that I understand what is mathematics. So what? Or political sciences. So what? At the end of the day, I'm asking, for what? So that I can be educated. So what? I get a degree. So it's for what? Get a work and take care of yourself. Huh? You do it to be relevant to society so that you respond to a job opportunity. See, the Department of Science, Innovation and Technology is recruiting. You say, I have studied this. This is what you are looking. So my study is relevant to the need. It's demand and supply. So that's why I like work integrated learning. So if you have an opportunity to go and practice what you are learning, is a very good thing. Through internship, industrial attachment, and things like that. So that's what we do. So today we also want to witness your leadership, your passion, the creativity in the discussion I'm going to have to make a real difference in our community and beyond. After this room, you start with your house. What am I taking from this kind of event that I can start changing things in my society? That's our expectation. Because at the end of the day, youth-led innovations stand out because they bring fresh perspective. When young people speak, they speak like young people. It's always fresh, the way they look at it. And you also have the courage to challenge the status quo. Always ask the hard question. If people don't like it, ask them a question. This creativity is essential for solving the most complex problem that we are facing in Africa, but also globally. Climate action or climate change as one of them. It requires bold missions. You need to actually be a little bit bold. You need to be courageous for you to actually take this mission as a transformative leader. I think that is what the African Leadership Academy is doing, to train people in a way that they look things from different perspectives. I think that's also very important. And make meaningful impact in our society. So if you are studying, if you apply your skills in any area, STEM is just one of the categories. It's important to use your skills and try to advance the conversation in terms of climate action that we're doing together. Now, this is what shocked me. Oftentimes, young people are seen through the lens of challenges. When you speak about young people, no experience, youth unemployment, bad quality of education, they always tag them like, oh, young, no experience, young people. Always. I think we need to change the narrative. I think I will propose that young people shouldn't be seen as being the problem, by being part of a solution. A lot of problems that we're talking about, you are not even in this world when this problem started. So do I blame you? Why? We just needed you to acknowledge that the way that you are coming here is not perfect. And if you can actually do something so that you can improve it, let that be. That's actually what I wanted. Let's not look at young people as from a lens of a problem, challenges. They're not getting jobs. Their CVs, people on the CVs and people in the interview are different. The quality of it. No, don't blame them. They just came through the system. Acknowledge what they can do so that we can actually improve life. Give them a space. Listen to them. That's why we want to empower young people. We want you to speak. Not everyone will come here and do the keynote speak, but participate, talk. I think that is very important. So I will tell you, you're not the problem. You play a critical role in finding sustainable solutions to many of the challenges that you are facing, including climate action. Speak loud. If people don't listen, speak again. That's what I want to encourage you. You might maybe try to make people like, when you speak and speak and speak again, people want to listen to you at the end of the day. They cannot ignore you. I think you are the architect of African future. It's not like a politician's speech. I think you will be able to maneuver the way you really wanted to imagine our future. Who is better placed to imagine the future than young people? In Africa, we have Agenda 2063. Most of the leaders that were in that room, I don't know who wrote that concept note, will not be around in 1960s, unless we're going to be eternal life on earth. I don't believe that. So I believe you should actually acknowledge that framework to say now, how do we take this forward? How do we revisit it? Because climate change is making us think out of the box. So today, our event will maybe provide you opportunity to turn your ideas into reality. What kind of very small step you can make to turn your idea to a reality? Now, if you need resources, then we can talk. in conclusion, I really wanted to remind you that the future of Africa is in your hand. We're not handing it over, but we just believe that you have a part to it. Because in 100 years, some of us are not going to be in this room, correct? So we're just passing it to you and then take responsibility to say, which Africa do we want? Is it the Africa of KZN, October, snow? Is that the future that we want? No. We want clean air, waste management taken care, no employment, no anger. That's sustainable development goal, tick to the box. Perfect. That's what we want. And the world is watching you. And in a lot of platforms that we participate, they really wanted to see what young people can see. So we are eager to see how you're going to turn your ideas and contribute to a better and more sustainable future for all. I really wanted to thank our partners for their support, making this event possible. I think the government of South Africa, to the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation. I think, Mandri, thank you for blessing our event. The Africa Leadership Academy for hosting us. This is a very beautiful place. This is the first time I came to this place. So people from the Africa Leadership Academy, please talk more about what you are doing here, because many of us, they don't know out there. I think it's important to go to school and inspire the young people, your next students. Talk more, especially in South Africa. You're flying people from Kenya, it's 4 hours. Why don't you go to Mamelodi and then talk to people? Or Pretoria is closer, right? And let's do it together, because I know you have a branch in Kigali, but let's talk more so that you have brilliant students, including the South African. I want South Africa to be well represented here. The way to do it is to inform them, raise awareness, and then try to inspire them. Take some South Africa here, take them to the university or the school, and then let them talk about the experience here. We are very happy. But I'm also speaking on behalf of the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, the main sponsor of the NEF African SDG Week. And thank you to you all the young people. Can you clap for ourselves? I think young people are very good. And I wish you the best for the activities following up. Let us continue to innovate, collaborate, and take action. Together we will drive Africa forward. 3 things I said in the methodology: adapt, mitigate, and be resilient. Can we repeat that? Can you? Why are you saying it like it's not lunchtime? Why are you like? Can we say 1 is, 2 is, 3 is, be resilient. Always be resilient. Don't give up, basically. And I will leave you with this quote that Ralph Waldo Emerson said. I like this quote. The quote says this: do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Can I repeat that? All right. This is very good, because in climate action, you say, oh, people are saying in New York is now financing. Okay, very good. We acknowledge that. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there's no path and leave a trail. Captured? So don't always follow the statical. Acknowledge that because of some challenges, there might not be a path there. Create one. And when you pass, someone say, yes. Climate action is not just a statement. I've seen young people taking the ownership of this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Charles. Now we have our comfort break. So I was going to ask that when we come back from comfort break, the right side, you guys are going to come back here. And then the left side, you're going to go to LC 5 and 6 on the right. And then, yeah, comfort break. Thank you.
Let's say we'll usher them after the
No,
okay, they get it.
yeah. I should have not said yawn.
Huh?
I should have not said yawn.
you.